So guys, it's been about 2 weeks since we've last all gotten together. And a lot of stuff happened last time, and wouldn't you know it, there's only one person left that needs to recap of our
I'm
little...
ready.
Oh, look at that. Corey. Speaking
I'm
up,
ready.
right?
I took notes. I took notes here. All right. So, well, I bunny hopped and misty stepped through some harrowing traps. I blew up a giant boulder that was about to crush us, and I dealt the final blow on two of our strongest enemies that we have faced to date. We have defeated the awful Zabathul and his horrible halitosis. Czar and Eladrian almost died, but we saved them, so it's fine. And then we got to the final room, but the gutter rats were there, and those little scoundrels betrayed us, and they turned out to be disguised as those Crimson Moon people. And then Alden tried to blind us and do his weird little evil magic, but I used my devil sight to see him, and before he could shapeshift into anybody else, and he did. He tried to copy Drag's style, but nobody can copy her style. She is an icon. So I wasn't fooled. I knew exactly who he was, and I blasted him with my Eldritch Blast beams, and then we took the armor, and we got out, and all of that, and and Granddad kept falling flat on his face in the other rooms. He just was not good at those puzzles. It was kind of embarrassing, but also really funny. But that is everything that happened. We won. We got the money. We got the artifacts. We have everything.
Yes, it was quite the windfall for you guys at the Feast or Famine, and as you said, we ended off last time with the crowds just absolutely going wild for you guys, cheering, quacking, everything under the sun. So where we pick up today, let me change the music here. All right, so the crowd continues to cheer and quack as the Mighty Ducks have come out of Feast and Famine victorious. You were able to avenge Kozin's family by vanquishing Zavathul, as you said, Corey, as well as accomplish your main objective, which is obtaining the sacred treasure used by the Overlord BARANOS. And the fortunes favored you all as you were able to defeat both Kallanar and Nedal in combat, two of the blood descendants of the Overlord BARANOS himself. At the edge of one of the portcullis gates, the Whisper waits for you all to finish reveling in your victory in front of the large, cheering crowd before he escorts you to meet the leader of the Omen. He has your chest full of gold for winning the Feast or Famine beside him. So, what are you gonna do? Currently, you guys are still in like the middle of the arena. People are just cheering for you guys. You guys are kind of... how do you guys bask in all this admiration and cheering?
How do we bask? How are we basking? How are we doing the bask?
Drag has her arms up and keeps bowing.
I blow many kisses. Mwah! Mwah!
Zar's
Midas is doing like one of those waves into a bow.
Zar's gonna blast the burning hands into the air. Woo, let's go! We did it!
Yeah, I'm just like dancing around in a circle, like oh, hey, we did it! Yeah!
Classic bard shenanigans. Hopping around and
That's
dancing and singing.
Shenanigans.
Eventually, the crowd's cheering eventually begins to die down as everyone starts looking for that immediate escape. You guys know how it is when you want to leave like a big venue. You got to get out of there before the traffic hits, you know?
Oh, yeah.
So you guys head out towards the portcullis gate that the Whisper is waiting at. And as you guys approach the Whisper inside the gate, Zar, he wraps his arm around your shoulders, pulling you in and tussling your hair. Zar, you little scamp! Who knew you had it in you to win this whole damn thing? All of you ducks were incredibly impressive in there.
Look, I told you to bet on us. We were gonna come out victorious. That's what you get for not believing in me.
Yeah, I definitely should have laid down some coin on you guys.
You didn't bet on your own sibling.
Well, listen, me and Zara have a little bit of a history. I kind of, haven't seen him in a while, and the last time I did, he wasn't quite as, let's just say, mature as he looks right now.
What does that have to do with betting on him?
She's got the point.
You could have believed in him. Yes, he's your brother.
In his favor, he was the one that used to protect me, so I was pretty weak back in the day. So I get it.
Back in the day.
Well, it doesn't look like
Hey.
you need protecting anymore, Zar.
That's available.
Yeah. So if you ever want to, hire us to be bodyguards or protectors of treasure, or, our
No,
price is
we're
pretty-
not going to freelance here, Zard. We do have our own adventure to pursue.
Right. But if you want to pay us a lot of money, we'll definitely do it. Right, Midas?
All the money.
See, I
like
wasn't
money.
on your side, but you did mention money, a lot of money. Then I do like the sound of that.
Agreed.
Well, before you guys head out to do whatever you're planning on doing, let's head on up to see the boss. They actually can't wait to talk to the victors of the feast or famine.
Well, wait, but before we do that, can we count our money here, just to make sure everything is accounted for?
Yeah, of course. And he'll open up the chest, and it is like full of gold. There's about
Wow.
there's
Wow.
1,500 gold pieces. So divided between the 5 of you, it's 300 gold pieces each.
Oh my god.
300 gold apiece. I've only seen treasures like this in the open waters.
Queen's going to fall out of her chair.
This makes up for all those commissions I had to give up on.
So let's head on up to see the boss then. How about that?
Yeah, we'll go. We'll be going.
It's boss time.
It's time to see the boss.
What was their name, by the way?
Just boss, right?
Yeah, the boss
Miss
is the boss.
Lady.
Got it, boss.
That's boss.
All right, so follow me.
300 gold. Wow. This
And-
is a lot.
The whisper leads you all towards a familiar stone archway engraved with runic symbols. He passes through first, and you all follow behind him. You emerge in a hallway in front of a set of spiral stairs. The whisper begins heading up the stairs and beckons you all to follow.
I like one that's not super dark.
Yeah, it's well lit in here for sure. There's sounds. Can you believe it?
Whoa.
You guys can hear your own footsteps. It's amazing.
Drag tries to check the echo. Hello.
And you do hear a bit of an echo going up.
I don't like it. Take me back to the soundless, darkless corridor.
I don't think that's necessary.
Go back.
Oh, you guys took down a lot of big hitters inside the Feast or Famine. Those Scorpion Trusts were, they were just a bunch of assholes. Not to mention, they're a little bit of competition for the Omen, so thank you for taking care of them. And of course, killing Zavathul will definitely win you the favor of many of the townsfolk in Onagas. He was a plague on the White Sand Sea, disrupting trade and travel, killing whoever he liked. But, maybe you guys can shed a little bit of light on what happened with those gutter rats in there. It looked like you knew them, and then they turned into other people. Like, what was up with that?
Oh.
Well, just like you said, it looked like we knew them, and then they turned into other people, and then we did not know them anymore. And it was like a surprise to all of us. We did not even know. Like, it was just like you saw, like when you say when they change into something else, we saw the same thing. You see the same thing.
Roll
This is what we know.
roll deception for me.
Okay. Oh, 12.
All right. So with that,
Okay.
So he can tell something, you might be withholding some truth, but he's not looking to pry in any further. He says, yeah, it was kind of strange how they just turned into other people. Not quite sure how they were able to do that without us finding out who they were, but well, you guys took care of them.
I think it's probably magic.
You should tighten up your security measures.
Drag is right. Magic. That is it.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, well, the boss is gonna want to know what's going on. It was their tournament after all, so well, we'll be there pretty soon. So let's keep going. After a few moments later, you all arrive at the top of the stairs in front of a large set of doors. The Whisperer pushes on the doors and they swing open, revealing a rather lavish interior decorated with fine red and green silks hanging from the ceiling chandeliers. There are many members of the Omen here spread out throughout the room, drinking and smoking, celebrating the success of Feast or Famine. But before you enter, at the back of the room, on a platform that is elevated just by a couple of steps, you see a large, extravagantly designed wooden throne, and in it sits an imposing figure. A cloak is covering their large muscular body, barely revealing their half-plate armor and areas of exposed dark green skin covered in battle scars. The boss is still wearing that strange mask that they had on when they addressed the crowd at the beginning of Feast or Famine. The Whisperer invites you inside as he makes his way towards the boss. So, what do you guys do? You guys gonna head on in?
Yep.
I don't think we have a choice.
I'll hide behind Drag.
So as you guys walk in, I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw, please.
Saving throw of the Christmas.
Absolutely.
Oof, not good.
Can do this. I'm going to throw this with a. Oh yeah, baby. How about the 19?
We're starting off really nicely.
22.
Oh, that was the right one.
Oh, that was not the right one.
Uh-oh.
So having to
That's
plus
the same thing.
0 is very fitting.
Yeah.
All right.
What are you doing over there, buddy?
All
Going to
right.
get noticed.
So passing into this room, you guys feel as though you've kind of walked through something. The door closes behind you as goosebumps kind of rise up on your skin, but they quickly recede as you continue to follow the Whisper and proceeds towards the boss of the Omen. So for those that have walked or rolled higher than a 17,
Nope.
you notice, and let me think, some of you might have noticed that you kind of walk through a certain, essentially it's called the Zone of Truth spell.
Yep.
You feel that?
Can't get the truth out of me, bitch.
So let me see, where are we? So as you all approach the boss at the back of the room, you can feel the air in the room get a little bit colder as you get closer to this very intimidating presence. The Whisperer holds his hand up towards you all, gesturing for you to stop where you are. Hey there, boss. The winners of the Feast or Famine, the Mighty Ducks. Well, why don't you guys all introduce yourselves? Let's start with you, Blue Guy.
Quack, Your Majesty. My name is Eladrian Breezeleaf of the Stonecaster Breedleaves. I have been a part of Stellaris for centuries. My family has come from ages. I am of a great line of Breezeleafs, and I have been on many of adventures. What do you want to know?
You see the guy, the person in the large throne just kind of nod towards you and looks over to the next person. Looks over to you, Drag.
So is the boss bigger than me?
Currently, they're sitting in a chair and they're like on an elevated
we're not
platform, so you're not quite sure. They do look quite
Okay.
large, though.
Drag goes, "Hi, I'm Dragonista, you big hot stuff. How are you?"
The boss just once again nods towards you and looks over to you, Midas.
Hello. I am Midas Valdo, guild member of the Golden Loom. It's a pleasure for you to meet me.
They nod towards you once again and turn over to you, Corey.
Well, my name is Kore Riviani, and you are looking at what will soon be the greatest chef in all of Stellaris. I have a blessing from a member of the esteemed Gourmands, and I am ever at your service.
Eladrian claps.
The boss once again nods towards you, Corey, and looks over to you, Czar, who's kind of hiding behind Drag at this point.
Oh, he kind of raise a hand. Hi, the name's Zar Atel. That's my brother. Point to the Whisperer.
The Whisperer just the Whisperer's. Sorry, step forward a little bit. Jeez.
He'll kind of walk out from behind Drag, kind of still like hunched over a little bit, not making eye contact. Yeah, I like books. I talk to my book. I have this really special book. Yeah. Anything else you want to know?
You guys just see the Whisperer kind of just put his face in his hands, just kind of like rubbing his temples. And the leader of the Omen, without saying a word, stands up out of their chair and slowly begins lumbering towards your group. The massive frame of the boss casts a shadow over the group as they stand around 7 feet tall, pretty similar to you, Drag. And without a word, the boss slowly paces in front of all of you as you stand there in a lineup. Only the sound of their heavy breathing can be heard as you feel the boss's gaze pierce into you all. The boss slowly walks up and stands in front of one of you. They begin to slowly bend down, and in doing so, you can hear the jostling and clanging of their armor. As suddenly, Czar, you're picked up and lifted off the ground, and you're being squeezed very tightly by the boss. What do you do, Czar?
Whoa. I take it.
Everyone else, roll perception for me.
The hell is this, another family reunion?
Right, I'm like,
19.
All right.
Wait,
So,
this isn't.
no, you don't have
We
to.
all roll either a 19 or a
10 or a 19. That's all we're rolling tonight. So you, the other four, can see over to the side. You can see the Whisper. He's stifling a laugh as Czar's being picked up and squeezed quite hard. And while you're still in their arms, the boss turns towards the Whisper and says, "Trachis, can you believe it? Little Czar, one feast or famine. Never would I have imagined in 100 years that this little bookworm would come this far." And Czar, now that you're very up close and personal with the boss, you're able to get a better look at them through the small opening in the mask. And the Whisper replies to the boss, "I know, Kataki, can you believe it? When I saw him in Onogas, he caught me off guard by even being there, let alone wanting to compete. But to think he actually won?"
Wait, Kataki, you're the boss?
So Kataki puts Czar back on the ground and she says, let me take this off. And Kataki begins to remove the mask and robe, and Czar, you see a very familiar face, but the rest of you see a very battle-hardened, 7-foot-tall, tough-looking, half-orc woman with dark green skin, with one tusk protruding from the bottom of her lip, and she has a faux hawk. How are you doing, little brother? Let me have a look at you. Look at these horns! And she pokes the horns that are on the top of your head, Czar. Glad to see you look a little bit tougher and mature than the last time I saw you. How's Mom doing? I haven't gotten an update letter from Neza for a while now.
I'm just realizing it's her now. I'll kind of run up and I'll hug her, try to squeeze her just as hard. Kataki's, it's been so long. You know, Mom's mom, Neza's gone. Yeah, it's a lot.
What do you mean Neza's gone? And while they're kind of having a little side conversation, what are the rest of you guys thinking?
Midas looking at the rest of the party like, I thought we said no more surprise
What
siblings.
the fuck? Are you serious? I mean, I'm happy for him, but I surely was not expecting this to be a family business.
I look over at Corey and I just ask her, I like, hey, isn't Kataki a kind of a mushroom?
Corey just flat out ignores the luxury and looks over at like the whisper and was like, "So were you keeping this little detail a surprise from your brother?"
Well, we like to mess with Czar every once in a while, and it's been a while since we've seen him, so thought we'd pull over a good one on him.
Were they gonna?
Oh, good. This is a good one. Oh,
Wait.
I surely see the family resemblance here.
I don't.
Kataki will kind of be like having her hand on top of Czar's head, just kind of like razzling or ruffling his hair, and hearing you guys talk about them, she'll go, "Oh, we're actually all adopted by our parents, so that's how we're siblings."
Oh my god. Okay. I was so scared.
I was like, well, you've got the same horns? I don't know what to say. It's like, what? It's
Yeah, no,
only-
that explains it. That definitely explains
so a lot.
Yeah,
That doesn't explain one thing though. Were they gonna just let us die?
What?
Are you gonna let us die? You're gonna let me die?
Like, not here. Well, like while we was in the competition, if we would have lost.
We didn't lose though. We are the winners.
Imagine I know that, but we
So why
could've.
does it not? What could have happened? It did not happen because it is in the past, and it did not happen, and it's not going to happen because it's already over.
Yeah, no use in dwelling on the past.
Right? Spilled milk. You know what I'm saying? If you spill the milk and you cry about it, then what are you? You're a fucking baby.
We
Well-
would be killed. Never mind.
Look,
Spill the milk.
I'm very
Still-
strong now, as you can see. Trying to make like a little muscle.
Milk.
But
Milk.
I guess I'm tough from you guys picking on me so much when I was younger.
He was having the muscle milk. The baby spilled.
Oh, we only teased you to make you a little bit stronger there, Czar.
Well, I guess it worked, right?
Yeah,
Do you
look
see
at
me
you
I don't
now.
know about
I was
that.
like, wham, bam. I was fucking slinging spells and I was killing kids and there was a lot of shit out there.
Yeah, and I see you,
Slinging spells and killing kids. That's what we're going to put on his tombstone one day.
and I
We should
see,
put that on your cover letter.
and I see you
Metal
still
sling.
carry around Mom's book with you too.
Well, of course.
This is your mother's book?
Yeah, I didn't tell you guys that.
No, you just said this is a very special book that I love so much. I kiss it at night before bed.
I'm
It's
not gonna
like-
lie to you. I didn't care that much to ask.
I don't kiss it.
Like a
That'd be
piece of-
weird. Book wouldn't consent to that.
You're saying that kissing the book that talks to you, kissing it would be weird. Not the book talking to you is weird. That's just that's what we're saying here. That kissing the talking book in your brain that only you can hear, that no one else has ever heard before.
Well,
That is weird.
Czars always have a little bit of a overactive imagination.
No.
I mean, that would have been the most normal part of the whole.
It does.
book,
It talks
right?
now. It does. I swear.
You hear this? This is a talking book.
It
I
really
mean,
does.
it-
I used to imagine it, but
It's
It-
true.
it happened.
Imagine-
I
Yeah.
mean, it's let us do some weird shit, so I'm inclined to believe you.
Didn't he?
As
water
says-
weird as that
once?
sounds.
It make moves. All right.
I mean, Czar, you're always a little bit of an odd duck, but looks like you've fallen in with some people that are straightening you out.
yeah, they're pretty cool sometimes.
Sometimes.
Hey,
I don't know. Straight. Line.
Sometimes.
I mean, all the time. And he'll just kind of blush and put his head down.
Well, I mean, I know, of course, the lovely Dragonista won that drag show competition in the Pleasure District just a night or so ago.
Oh, please. Keep talking about it.
And of course, the lovely Corey here got the recommendation from our resident gourmand.
Of course, naturally, I am the best.
And Czar, how the heck did you get paired up with a member of the Golden Loom?
I'm still wondering myself.
Well, he's actually my caddy. He just carries around my other books.
You fucking wish.
He got out of retirement to join us on this adventure.
Yeah, because
I
he knew how,
thought
I've never retired.
he knew how strong I was, so he wanted to travel with me. Right, Midas?
I literally made fun of you the first time I met you.
You see, we like to joke around, right, Midas? And I'll kind of slap him on his back, looking him start in the face.
Who's joke?
Joke.
Anyways,
Oh yes, we clown around a lot, just like Granddad clowned around in those rooms.
Yeah, that wasn't. Who was in charge of that? Because I got some words for you. That was not funny. You
It was
lucky
kinda-
this can't get dirty. I swear to God, if I had to be scrubbing mud out, you know, it's fine. It's cool.
Is it really?
It's not, but I know when this. Shut up, and I see tall woman with axe, and
Woman
this is one of those moments.
with hats.
You guys can see a lot of the Omen members in the room are kind of just looking over towards you guys. They're still reveling in their conversation and merriment of a successful feast or famine, but you guys are making quite a bit of noise in your large arguments here. They're catching a couple of glances, but it's all in good fun. No one's like looking at you with hostility.
is the fuck off guy here?
Fuck off.
No, he's not here.
Damn it! Want to be cool.
Where is fuck off?
That
That guy was great.
Oh, he's still over at the Desert Orchid. He's posted up guard there.
We'll
Okay.
have to stop by and see him someday.
Yeah, oh yeah, we have to go see him again.
It's just be like, hey, fuck off. We won.
The Whisper walks over to you guys and he says, "Well, you know, in the interest of being honest with everyone,
If we're
Kataki
being
here,
honest.
Kataki here isn't actually the leader of the Omen."
Oh no. Okay, well,
No.
if we're being honest, then for a guy with a name like the Whisper, you talk pretty loud.
Well, I'm amongst friends, aren't I?
But you know your name is the Whisper, so aren't you like supposed to like whisper?
Yeah, you know, that's like when they call a big guy tiny. You know what I mean? It's kind of just one of those.
Oh, so like you are really loud.
Yeah, annoyingly so. You can relate, right?
Me? Loud? No, I don't.
Yes.
Maybe. We get along so well. I knew it. I love you, Whisker.
But the boss really likes to keep their identity on the down low. They don't like to be too well known. You catch my drift?
So
But,
like,
It's not nobody else's sibling, correct?
No, I think only Neza's back at home. She's not here, is she, Zar?
No, she's in another dimension.
another
Oh,
dimension. Another
well,
dimension.
oh. Well, no wonder your letters weren't going to her, Kataki. Yeah,
Wait,
that's I write to Neza all the time to ask about mom and stuff.
And why
Hasn't been notified.
they just haven't been sending?
Well, I mean, it's with the feast or famine, I've been busy for the last couple of days. Haven't had the chance to send anything out.
And so you stopped sending letters, and you're like, oh, it must be post or something, and you don't check on her. You don't check on your mother. Disappointed.
Listen, Zar, I send letters all the time to mom and
No,
Neza.
I don't want to hear it.
It's Trakus that doesn't do anything.
Excuse me, if I may. This seems like a more private conversation you all should be having as a family. But the rest of us are here, so if there's anything else we need to talk about, can we move on to that?
Oh yeah, good idea. The boss is gonna be coming up here pretty soon, but how about we get you guys a couple of drinks, some food, while we wait for them. And you'll see Kataki kind of snap her fingers, and a couple of trays of drinks and some lovely charcuterie boards are displayed in front of you guys.
Oh, look at this. They like cut this meat so skillfully. This is a very pretty Shikataka Rico board.
Could use a little more seasoning, but not
But you gotta
bad.
do- This
Well,
cheese looks
we
like it's
don't-
like aged in a barrel.
We don't have a gourmand working for us, unfortunately, but I leave it up to your expert skills to figure out the appropriate seasonings that would be required for these kind of meals.
Corey, maybe you can be like their official chef. When Whisker comes back out, you can be like, hey Whiskey, you want me to be the chef for you guys? And you can be, and then you can be the chef, and you can be like a traveling chef, and wherever we go,
I would rather serve a more distinguished, refined, not shady secret organization.
Well, it's not secret if you know
not
about.
you, Eladrin.
Oh, okay. All
Uh,
right.
So with your guys' passive perception, after a few minutes of kind of having a drink and eating a little bit, you guys can hear a commotion that can be heard coming from the doorway that you initially entered from. It sounds like a couple of people are discussing something, but you can't quite make out what it is. And Kataki says, "Well, sounds like the boss is on their way up."
So we are reading the boss.
Yeah, we told you the boss was just not here at the time you guys got here. They were making their way up here. They had some things to take care of at the very end there.
Gotcha.
So she.
Anybody have a sister? Going once.
Anybody?
Going
I
twice.
do not have any siblings, I promise you.
I didn't think I had a sibling, but I found out I had a brother in the desert. Maybe it is my brother. Maybe-
Anybody else has a secret sibling?
I mean, how would we know if we have a secret sibling? They're secret.
Well, it's not. It's only secret until you know about it. Then it's not any secret anymore. So
Well, mine wasn't
Aye,
secret.
aye,
I
aye.
didn't know. Well, we did know. Dracus told us. You
Yeah,
guys just
Drag.
didn't remember.
oh yeah, that's right. Do you have a lizard brother? Or like a snake sister?
What is that?
Think
That feels racist somehow.
I was just thinking of other things that have scales, man. What do you want? I just like. It's not
What?
bad. It's not very far fetched, you know. It's not. It's pretty close.
We don't have
Like, is
scales.
that-
I have skin.
What?
Like you.
Not you, Zar.
Oh.
You don't. Was it? I was talking to the dragon.
For once,
Oh.
we're not talking about your 17 siblings.
I think you
Don't
say
worry.
Dracus, my bad.
Yeah, you know, she's got like scales. So lizards, snakes, scales. Okay, so anyway, so no.
I think he's talking to you, Drag.
No.
That took me a little too long. I got to say, I'm not very convinced here.
I'm not either.
I'm
mean, you did-
convincing.
Are you convincing?
That was the most like unconvincing.
Roll persuasion.
ever.
Roll persuasion, Drag, to be convincing.
Okay.
I'm convincing.
I told you I was convincing 14, right?
You're all fairly convinced.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, I believe it.
I mean, it sounds like she's telling the truth.
That's so hilarious.
She really said it with confidence. You know what I mean?
Huh. Drag. Is there? What's up in there?
Up in
Is
where?
there- Is there like?
Up
Is there
where?
a brain? Is there a hamster on a spinning wheel?
Oh, I love
What's he
it.
Is
talking
it?
about?
Is it
I guess.
empty?
Wait.
What?
Who?
Your head is full of yarn and string.
It is not. There's more
Quite-
expensive fabrics. I'm sorry. And a brain. Okay.
I love string.
And gold.
Thank God. Yes.
Did you want me to runway?
What does that?
I thought that's what you said.
Oh my god.
All right. So a few moments later, the doors violently snap open as a body pushes through the doorway and comes rolling into the room, paperwork flying everywhere as the body on the ground groans in pain. The human male on the ground has a omen tattoo on their face like the rest, but appears to be very skinny with loose brown hair, more of a bookworm type. And standing in the doorway with a, whoops, I shouldn't have done that kind of face, is someone that you've all seen before. A halfling with platinum blonde hair that's almost white, tied up in a high ponytail with some strands draping down in front of her face. She looks up at you all with her hazel eyes, soft facial features, and adorable freckles on her olive-toned skin. Your handler from the Feast or Famine runs over to the body of the man on the ground. Tony! I'm so sorry. I just got so excited showing you those moves in that last fight, I threw myself a bit too into it. Tony moans and rocks back and forth on the ground, and the handler stares down at him, seemingly annoyed, and she says, "Geez, Tony, you don't have to milk it. Get the hell up, we have guests." She gives Tony a small boot to the side as Tony grunts in pain. The handler then proceeds to step on and over Tony as he is still on the ground. As she passes right through your legs, Drag, and approaches the wooden throne, she turns around to say, "There they are, the mighty ducks, the champions of Feast or Famine."
Quack.
Is this a practical joke or?
A quick glance around the room, and you can see that every one of the Omen members are now standing at full attention, facing the direction of your handler. Some of their hands can be seen trembling as she draws everyone's attention to herself. The handler sits on the wooden throne and starts talking to all of you. Well, that whole event went way better than I imagined. What did you guys think of that maze? Weird place, right? Took me a while to get through it on my own, but you guys came together and solved it in a day? And she points at you, Midas. You were probably some of the best entertainment I've seen in a long while. I was busting a gut watching you fall through that portal over and over again. And then you just kept face planting in the water. Oh, that was classic.
It wasn't funny.
Or could he stab
It
someone
was a
too?
bit.
He did
Wasn't
it on
that
purpose.
funny. The falling? Why would I do that on purpose?
Oh,
I'm
you
just
did it
waiting for. I'm just waiting for you to pull a Kataki and go, "Psych! It's not me. I'm not the real leader. The real one is over here." And then the real person comes out.
the real person.
No, that's me. I'm the real one. And, I don't even mind that you guys didn't wash my dishes. Granted, it was a bit of a long shot to get one of you to do it at all, but I'll just have Tony do it later. Right, Tony? And Tony gets up off the ground, quickly wipes a tear from his eye, and joins his boss at the back of the room next to that elevated platform where the throne is. He turns his head towards her, and he sheepishly nods. The handler then says, "And you," points at Czar. What a small place Stellaris is that Whisper and Cleaver's brother would show up and participate in the Feast or Famine and win all that gold. Then you guys notice that the handler's tone changes a bit. It's almost like it was planned out in advance. Whisper, Cleaver, come here. She gestures for Czar's siblings to come stand in front of her. Both of them immediately obey her command and kneel down in front of her. The handler then scoots off the wooden throne as it's a bit big for her halfling-sized body. And she approaches Trachis and Kataki. And while getting closer, she draws a very ornately designed dagger from her side. You two, my top lieutenants, didn't plan for your younger brother to come here and win the tournament, did you? As she says this, she's twirling the dagger effortlessly, there you go, between her fingers. The Whisper sheepishly replies, of course not, boss. It was all just coincidence. And Kataki slightly nods in agreement. There's a long pause as the handler stares both of them up and down, examining their faces intensely. Well, if you say you didn't, then I believe you. But, Cleaver, what was up with that shameless self-promotion of your merchandise during the announcement? Kataki replies, well, boss, to be honest, I saw the opportunity to sell some of my handmade stuff, so I took it. The handler just blankly stares back at Kataki. Then she begins to smirk and laugh. That's why I like you, Cleaver. Take advantage of those opportunities when you can. You two can stand aside. I want to have a chat with our champions. The handler gestures towards you, Mighty Ducks. Can you all just step a little bit closer, please?
That wasn't terrifying.
Step a little bit closer. Before I step closer, I'm just going to make a very ornate bow, just all the way down to the ground, like a curtsy bow almost, bending all the way down, and just be like, "Your Majesty."
I just gonna like push him forward.
You know, when you all first came into the Feast or Famine, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, I thought you'd be goners. But once I saw you take down Scorpion's Trust, I had a feeling you'd be able to take it all the way. Even taking down Zalvathul in the process, I'm sure your friend there, and he just kind of nods over towards Kozin, who's currently at the kind of the back of the room, just hands crossed, kind of looking a little bit, kind of like looking out into the distance. He's got a 1,000-yard stare on him. And she says, I'm sure your friend there is quite happy with that outcome. And Kozin will remain silent, but just kind of nods his head in agreement. But what's been bothering me are the gutter rats. We were completely fooled by them, but it appears like you all knew them somehow. The Tandler then turns around and hops back into the wooden throne. Why don't you all tell me about these friends of yours?
You might want to get your eyes checked next time.
What
You
he
see,
meant to say was, they're not our friends.
The whispers and Kataki's eyes just absolutely like go huge, and like a bead of sweat drops from their brows as you said that, Zor.
What? You have all these magic tattoos that can tell magic. I figured you guys would be the first ones to know.
Well, that's exactly why we're so confused at the matter. We don't know how they got past our defenses. But seemed like you guys were having quite the cavalier conversation with them down there.
We didn't have anything to do with any of their leers. We did nothing with their leer.
I missed every time.
Well, that's true, I suppose. But you guy with the book.
Yeah.
You sure? It looks like you had a pretty good conversation with one of them.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, so, and then you saw them change form somehow, and then I could see it on your face that you recognize these people.
Zar kind of bites his tongue, try not to say anything.
Tight lips, huh? Well, I hate to have to loosen those lips somehow. And you see her just kind of twirl the dagger around in her hands.
Whoa. Is that really necessary? I mean, any of us could answer that. You know, Zara, he suffers from really bad anxiety. That was a really traumatic event that happened earlier. Can you really blame him for wanting to silence up?
You know what? I should be more sensitive to people's issues. So how about you, Golden Loom Man? Why don't you tell me a little bit about it?
Of course. So those was just, some randoms who thought they could get, the better of us. It was just very cocky, and they thought it was better, and we just had to prove them wrong. You know how it is. I'm sure you do. It's like a customer trying to tell you that they're always right, but they're not right. You gotta prove them wrong. That's all it was.
Yeah, and I guess this customer was just able to bypass all of our security just super easily.
Like I said, sometimes customers think they're always right, so they're gonna make sure that they're always right. Even if it's, illegal, or not natural, or dark and ancient, they're gonna just do it. You can't really be, you can't really blame that on other people though. The workers are, in this context, us. We didn't have nothing to do with that. We're just passerbys.
Right, nothing to do with it, just had a nice lengthy conversation with these people, totally don't know them. Makes perfect sense.
It does. Besides, it's this big old tournament, is it not? Wouldn't you want to be entertained? What if we was just, playing along with the game? Just making a drawn out conversation to add intensity, add some dramatics.
Well, that is pretty true. It was pretty dramatic at the end there, that's for sure. And can't help but notice that nice little trinket on your arm there.
Oh yeah, my jewelry. Yeah, I designed it myself. I do some jewelry as well.
Yeah, not that one. The one on your that non-metal arm of yours.
Yeah. What about it? So,
Looks pretty good on you.
Thank you. I hear that a lot. I have an eye for what matches my skin and my arm.
Yeah, just a little bit of a fair warning. Be careful with that thing.
Careful is my middle name.
Is it really?
Shut up, Drag.
Okay.
Drag, don't let him talk to you like that.
Were they your kids? Is that why we're asking about them? Were they? They were kids, right?
Shut up, Drag.
Oh, they looked pretty adult to me, but I guess I might look like a kid in your eyes too.
We talked about skewering children in the arena, but we can't tell them if they're short adults or children.
Yeah, I think it was his idea that we killed the children.
Oh, why did you want us to kill the children?
Midas.
Was it Midas? Or was it the boss person?
No, Midas' idea. You should
Oh,
explain.
maybe
it.
Did you tell us to kill somebody?
Maybe it was the boss person's idea. They did, make this whole tournament. So technically, all fault is theirs.
You kind of hear a pin drop in the room with how silent it is.
I don't know these people, actually. I am not associated with them in any way. They're complete and utter idiots. I am so sorry. Just, guys, if you will, just show a little decorum. Just a little, a tad, a tiny bit, a smidge.
I mean, it took me a while.
All the truth in the world.
It took me a while. It took me a little while to figure out how to activate that little charm that I found inside the Feast or Famine. And, I was just wondering how these random people were able to just walk in and use it pretty much right off the bat instantly. You wouldn't really know how to use this kind of thing unless you had some prior information about it. So, I was just kind of curious. You guys seem to also use it pretty quickly as well. So, I'm just trying to put these pieces together.
Well, this is my craft. This is what I do. Magic jewelry, magic clothes, it's all the same. I just learn quickly. Nothing to do with them.
Right, and
Me?
Midas. You know magic?
Shut up, Eladrian.
listen,
Did you
if
want
I'm
me to
go-
walk the runway?
No, it's okay, Drag. You just stay right where you are. Don't make any sudden movements. And you just see a couple of people. You just see a couple of people of the Omen just kind of having their hand on top of one of their hand crossbows. She looks over to you,
Don't threaten me
Czar.
with a good time.
She looks over to you, Czar. She says, "You look like the magical type, and what your brother and sister have told me, you're quite the smart one as well."
Yeah, I know my way around magic and books, and I'm pretty smart.
So I guess you knew how to work with this artifact that's on your friend's arm there.
Yeah,
Midas shake his head.
it's basically a child's toy.
A child.
So as you try to say that, Czar, you feel the words stifle in your mouth as you're currently affected by the zone of truth.
Oh, crap. Okay. So what exactly does it do?
So, on a failed save, a creature can't speak a deliberate lie. You know whether so I would know whether each creature succeeds or fails. And an affected creature, you're aware of the spell, and you can avoid answering questions which you would normally respond with a lie. So you can kind of be evasive in your answers as long as it's within like the boundaries of truth.
Okay. So, okay. Yeah, so I'll just kind of be like try to say that, but not be able to do it.
And she'll go, oh, has cat got your tongue? What were you about to say?
Something sarcastic that you probably wouldn't like.
Oh, see
No.
that anxiety happening again.
It's best to be honest with us.
Honesty is the best policy.
Eladrian's
that
got
somewhere.
Eladrian's got the right idea. So Zara, why don't you just be honest with us?
Adrian.
I have been being honest.
What
Well,
do they?
What do you want to know?
Well, I just want to know who those people were and how they knew how to activate that artifact so quickly. In fact, how did you guys know how to activate the artifact so quickly?
Didn't we see them do it?
Yeah,
We did.
that's what happened.
Okay,
I'm a
see, now
quick
we're getting
learner.
somewhere.
just a
Now we're
little
getting
copycat.
somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. See, this is good quid pro quo. This is how we have a conversation, people.
In order for it to be quid pro quo, you have to give us something. So we have now given you something. So, isn't that how quid pro quo work?
You know what? That is quite fair. So, you know what? So far, I appreciate this information you've given me. And how about, the handler looks over to Whisper, and she says, Whisper, we have some extra things for them, right? Luckily for you all, your friend Cozen back there made a little side bet in Onagas before you entered. And after watching you all, I picked out a few items that I think you will all appreciate. Especially you, Corey. I couldn't help but notice the treats you made and the general mother vibe you were giving off in Feast or Famine. I think you'll like this. Cleaver, get the extra stuff. And you guys see the Kataki kind of stand up and walk to the back of the room. And she comes over with another chest, but this one looks a little bit different than a traditional chest. There's also a small case with something like glass that's clanging around inside, as well as a large bag. And these objects are placed in front of all of you.
Okay, can we open it?
Yeah, so here, let me just tell you. Well, this one, and she kind of hops down from her throne and walks over to the chest, and like a very excited schoolgirl, she'll kind of gesture for you to come over, Corey, and she taps the chest in front of you, and she says, "Well, this one, Corey, it's a very unique gift. It's known as the Cottage House, and."
Cottage house?
Yeah, the Cottage House is a little thing that we picked up. Well, I'm not going to tell you how we picked it up, but what it can do is, while you're out and about, if you guys need a place to stay, you can speak the power word here, the power spell, and this little chest will turn into a pretty moderately sized cottage for you guys with a fully stocked kitchen. There's a couple of beds in there. You guys, there's a kitchen table. There's a whole bunch of stuff that you can use. It's like a portable little cottage for wherever you need it. You just need the space to be able to, activate it properly.
Wait, what? Are you serious? What is the word? I want to use it right now.
Once again, let's wait till we're outdoors to use it. It's pretty big once it opens up, so let's just use that outside, okay? But
I love magic.
the power word's whatever you want it to be. As soon as I pass this over to you and you are the owner of it, you can decide whatever the word is.
Blueberry
Wow,
pancakes.
thank you.
The blueberry pancakes.
Not a
Correct.
problem. And
Correct.
she looks over to
Exactly,
you.
and shut up.
Make it blueberry
It's not
pancakes.
going to be pancakes. It's not. It's not.
What about muffins? What about blueberry muffins?
No.
Elaborate.
What? I'm just giving her ideas. That's okay. Just spitballing.
All right, and the next one here, I think our resident. You see the handler just give you a quick shush, Eladrian. Ms. Lovely Drag, I think that you'll really appreciate this next item here. And she pulls out a case that's fairly long and opens it up. And there's a few different ink face paints in here. And
Ooh.
she says, these, my dear, are magical face paints. You don't want to use them up all at once, but they do some pretty fantastic things once you apply them. Now, I'm going to say they do sting a little bit when you first put them on, but I swear, one, the look is going to be fabulous, and two, it gives you some pretty good little side benefits too.
I love it. No pain, no gain.
And this next one, and she picks it up, it's the large sack, and she just whips it at you, Eladrian, and it hits you like pretty hard, like you're kind of caught off guard by how much velocity this bag was thrown at you with. So it kind of knocks you back a little bit. And she says, well, that's called a handy haversack.
Handy haversack.
So, do something with it.
Okay. Well, thank you for this. This is fantastic.
Oh,
This
don't thank me. Don't thank me. That's all because of Cozen back there. He had the foresight to bet on you guys.
Cozen, my man. I like pound my chest and give him a peace sign.
He gets he nods back to you.
I'm like, yes, very good. You're the man. You're the guy. You're the one.
So,
I am.
any more information you can give us about what's going on here? About how these random people bypass all our security?
Do you have ideas?
Well, I mean, I can only expect, someone has to be strong in magic to be able to know about these items in general, and let alone know how to use it. So they have to have some kind of, some kind of connection to it, I'd imagine. Maybe they've researched it for a long while, or, maybe there's some kind of historians or something like that. I'm not sure.
Aren't y'all like a big gang? Why don't you just go send like scouts out or something?
I mean-
I'm just not sure you're gonna get a good answer out of us, versus competitors.
Alright, that's fair enough. Well, we kind of just, keep our business in Onagas. We don't really spread out throughout the rest of Stellaris. So, if something's happening outside of Stellaris, we don't, or outside of Onagas, I should say, we don't really have too much detail about it.
Well, on the bright side, you're dead, thanks
You're
to
dead.
us. So, I mean, is it really that much of an issue anymore?
Yeah, well, the interesting thing was when I went down into the arena afterwards, that's kind of why it took a little bit of time to get up here. We found the bodies of 2 of them, but
Right.
the 2 other ones kind of disappeared, and usually that fog cloud really just burns things down to, pretty much its bones, and, we found that weird flesh creature thingy that was all stitched up, and it was just like a glob of mush by the end of it. And then we saw that other thing
no.
that was like, I don't know what the hell it was. It had like some crazy teeth in it and like a weird body, but the other 2 we couldn't find. Now, I definitely know that you guys 100% smushed their heads and blew a hole in them. I definitely saw that. Well, I mean, I didn't see it because you were in that darkness, so I don't know what happened in there. Maybe you guys let them go and switched out the bodies. I don't know. But either way, it was still entertaining what was going on.
I
we couldn't
will
do
say, I will
Really
say, no, I will say I can see. And we didn't do that. They were dead. I killed the last one. I saw it with my eyes.
Right,
So,
and you were the only one who could. How very
Yeah.
convenient.
What?
And they're
What?
they're gone. What do you like? No bodies, no imprints, no nothing. What do you mean they're gone?
That is exactly what we're trying to find out ourselves.
Like,
so I had no, I
Gotta
had
be
no
fucking
idea
kidding me.
they were there. The whole time that we were there, they were there.
there's no like a footprint or nothing.
Listen, we're just as confused as you guys are, okay? So that's why we're just trying to get information. I'm not accusing you of anything.
No, it sounds like you are trying to implicate me, and I don't like that. I saw what I saw.
And you know what? As our champions, I will take your word at it. I'm just trying to piece things together. Like I said, did anyone else see this attack happen while you were inside that darkness?
I didn't see it, but I did it.
Okay, you did it. What did you do it to? If that makes sense.
What do you mean? What I did it to? I mean, the darkness slid away once we finished. We saw their bloodied bodies on the ground.
Yes, we did see that.
I felt
Did
their
some-
bodies on against my hands.
Yeah, and I did see you curb stomp that one. Or was that the other one? Or was that you, Zar?
That's a pretty
Yeah.
good hit.
Yeah, I was kicking the dwarf. He's a bastard.
It's a little bastard.
He almost killed my friend.
Don't trust
Multiple of my
dwarves.
friends. God.
Multiple of your friends. What other friends did he try to attack?
Well, he tried
All of
to kill Holgrim, and then he tried to kill Ladrin.
Oh, who's Holgrim?
Zar,
What?
shut up!
What do you mean?
Isn't he
It's
the
just
one?
another companion that you all met before meeting me, right?
He was a compatriot, yes.
The point is, these people, I mean, clearly they did not come from Onagas. They came from somewhere else, which we have no idea where. And they're just very powerful and awful. But we
Yeah.
don't know what their goals are or anything like that. They just wanted what we wanted, to win and get these things. But to what end they need them for, we don't know.
Okay. And Zar, maybe I can ask you about that Holgrim fella. Where did you guys? You said this person attacked this Holgrim. Where was that?
He was I was in the mountains, in some cave, and we were fighting, and he knocked him down. Well, I guess Midas knocked him down, but he was trying to kill us.
Oh, so Midas, you've seen this guy too again, somewhere else.
No, he's thinking about a different Midas. I think.
A different Midas.
I come from a long line of Midases.
I don't think I know any more Midases. I think there's
Shut
only
up.
the one.
So you guys have seen these, at least one of these people somewhere else before, and now they show up in Onagas, competing in the competition, going for this very powerful artifact that's currently resting on
So
your arm over there, Midas.
It's so
What's-
powerful.
Once again, I'm just trying to piece things together.
Maybe
hap-
just for the best of you, stop piecing. You might stress this stuff out too much. I mean, if you don't have the artifact anymore, then I guess it's not your worries, right? I mean, you don't have anything cause them to come here. Your hands are clean now. If anything, it's just our problem now. Or I guess mine, just, I'm
Oh.
wearing it.
You know what, Midas, you bring up a good point. You're kind of like, are you planning on leaving Onagas? Is that what you guys are doing, or?
Well,
Leaving the
yes. I mean, no
We are
offense,
going-
there's not really that much to do here. It's kind of sandy and hot and musty.
I mean, I'd like to stay and spend some more time with my siblings. That was okay.
Oh yeah, you got a little bit of time off after the competition. You can for sure get a little bit of time with good old Whisper and Cleaver here. And the boss will say, well,
nose.
if
That's what we're going to do.
if that's everything, then I
Right.
guess the whisper can escort. Sorry, what? What'd you say?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have a bakery.
What?
All right, so you have
What?
interesting friends, Czar. Anyways, if that's everything, I guess the whisper can escort you out. I do very much recommend that all of you head back to Onagas. I'm sure the people there would absolutely love an opportunity to meet the champions of the Feast or Famine. And by the way, Cleaver, and the handler turns over to Kataki. Did anyone end up finding Fluffy Meowington III? And Kataki shakes her head no. And the handler says, well, then I have something to do when I get back to Onagas then. That damn cat. Oh, wait. There is one thing left. Gudu, get over here. And you guys see a small, middle-aged, gnomish man wearing loose robes step forward from the back of the room, and he's carrying a crystal ball. And the handler says, I have one last going-away present for you. But before that, does anyone have any, questions, concerns, anything like that? How was the tournament? Did you guys have fun? Most importantly,
No.
we are hoping to give out surveys later about the organization of everything in case we have to do this again.
I hope you don't. But anyway, I do have one question. Since we've given you all the information we have, I was wondering if, so in the competition, I saw someone who was dear to me. And I was wondering if you've seen or heard any information about another Herringon.
What area of the maze did you see this person in? Do you remember?
I remember there was a lot of fog, and I know now it wasn't real, but or maybe, I don't know. It was just...
You guys went into that room. Yeah, that fog actually makes you see distant memories of important people in your life. Now, these people aren't real. It's just an illusion, but the fog makes it feel like they're there, and it really just draws out kind of your purest emotions about that certain someone.
I see. Well, even if he wasn't there, if you have, or any of your people have seen any sightings of a Herringon man, I would like to know.
Yeah, just 1 second. She'll kind of gesture to the whisper to come over, and you see her whisper something into his ear, and he goes off to the back corner, and he talks to a couple other, looks like other informants around the room. And after a couple of moments, you see the whisper come back and shakes his head no. Well, it doesn't look like we've had any encounters with any Herringons as of late, unfortunately.
All right then. Well, thank you for looking into it at least.
Yeah, no, not a problem at all. But yeah, so okay. Anything else? Anyone else? Any questions? What we're here for? We're friends. We're buddies now.
Yeah, can we have our 30 gold back that you stole from us?
That was a donation that you guys willingly gave, and I'm keeping it.
A donation, he says.
Donation.
I'm pretty sure I gave you guys some health potions too.
Oh, wait, you did? Okay, yeah, that's fair.
Well, we don't have any more questions, so I would like to be leaving.
All right, awesome. So yeah, that last thing. Gudu, bring over the crystal ball. And she says, "Well, guys, take a look at this crystal ball, and it will give you one last little fortune that I want you to have."
Do we do it like together or individually?
No, you do it all together.
And as the ducks, right? Okay. All right. Flock. flock over here. We will huddle. Huddle in,
I'd
huddle.
call it
I
flock.
thought you said something else. Oh, okay.
Huddle like a flock. All right, now we will all peck it, right, like a duck. Like, all right, ready?
Absolutely not. No.
And peck, peck, peck. Ow! Damn,
All
this
right,
is a
and
hard thing.
And you all stare into the crystal ball that Gudu is currently holding above his head because he's a little gnome and he's got to reach up real high so you guys can see.
Thank you.
And as you all stare into it, a mystical swirling of clouds appear inside the crystal ball. And I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw for me.
Wisdom?
Oh no, it's my
We're
sister.
gonna get sucked in.
God.
Look away, guys.
All right.
Yep, see, why does he not do the saving
Look
throw?
away.
All right. So,
Hello.
We did good.
you guys, the next thing you know, you awaken and you're all standing outside, up on your own 2 feet, outside of the Feast or Famine site, standing at the very top of that long staircase that led downwards. There are a few Omen guards standing around, talking about the competition, pointing and whispering about you guys in general, and you're all still carrying all of your items and gold and everything that was given to you by the Omen, but you guys have the hardest time picturing who the boss was of the Omen. You try to remember, and the only thing that you guys can remember is the large hooded figure with the mask on. And for clarity's sake, you guys have been subjected to the modify memory spell,
Nice.
and you
Sorry, guys.
do not recall the fact that Kataki was, in disguise as that person. You don't recall that the handler was the leader of the Omen whatsoever. All you guys know is that you were given these items after having a brief conversation with the leader of the Omen.
Do I know it was Kataki, or that's like, we have no clue?
You don't have a clue that it was Kataki.
Okay, so like I never saw her pretty much.
No.
Got it, okay.
And you guys are just currently, you're kind of just like you snap out of it and you're at the top of these stairs. Out in and you can just see the desert in front of you.
Oh, God.
Wow, that big giant boss, she gave us they gave us some great gifts, huh?
Yeah. That
Yeah.
sure was something.
Who?
Was anyone else scared? Because I was very scared.
The hooded figure?
The room was sure was big, fancy. That's all I can really remember. I guess I was zoned out. But the gifts are very nice.
Guys, this bag, this is the bag of my dreams. This is so amazing. My handy haversack. Oh, this is the thing I've heard of in legends. I am so proud to be having this right now.
What can
What?
you do with it?
I don't do anything, but I can put so many things in here if I want. I can put all of the things. I can take it all. I can put it all in here. Even if I had like a small person, I could put a small person inside of this bag.
Why would
like-
you put a small person in? Never mind.
Okay.
Can I get
we'll
in
never- I don't think maybe your toes. No, I cannot. I don't think I can fit you into the bag.
there? Okay. Okay.
I think you're a little bit large.
You're so
I mean-
sweet.
I mean, like a very. I love you. But like a very, very, very small, like a gnome, right? Like a little person, like the one that was holding the. Did we all look into the eye of the tiger back there? The thing that he was holding into the hand. That's how we got here. That's the last thing I remember. He's looking into the eyeball and then coming to here. You guys remember how we got here?
No, but that sounds stupid. I mean, how could we go from a crystal ball to here. We must have walked out of Adrian.
And now we are having to have to cross all of the sea of sands with the Great White Sea, seeing sand whiters. This land of sea. Oh man, it's going to be such a long day tomorrow. Maybe we go tonight. Maybe we go tonight so that we don't have to go tomorrow in the heat. We can, maybe we go now. Do we go across the desert? Do we leave? Do we go back to the
Well, there are no bad guys waiting out there for us.
Do you have water?
Water?
Because we will need that for the desert.
That is true.
Yeah, I don't have any water. I think
Yes,
we
we
drank
need
already.
We'll need to stock up before we start the journey out there. Even if we've taken out Zabathul, that doesn't mean we've taken out all of the raiders. They could still be acting independently and trying to maybe become the next leader. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there is a good chance that you don't even know he's dead yet.
Maybe we install. Oh crap! What was his name? What's the Cousin? Yeah. Maybe we install Cousin as the leader, and then
You think
Yeah,
we
we-
want to be the leader of the gang that killed his whole village?
that was Zabathul. Zabathul's the one. Maybe he can
But they're
change
all
him around.
related.
No,
Okay,
no, they're
here's
not.
what I'm.
They were just
Here's what I'm.
lost wanderers.
I like this idea for Cousin to be the guy, right? We will take the Cousin, we will bring him, and we will kneel him down, and we will knight him. We will do the thing on the shoulders with the sword to make him a knight of the mighty ducks, and then he will go and head up these new band of raiders. He will rename them of the desert ducks, and they will have the flock, and they will have a desert flock, and then they will be with the protectors of Onegas, and they will come back, and they will they will change their ways because he is now the new leader, and he says, "You guys are stupid for doing all the bad things, and we are going to turn around, and we are going to turn that frown upside down, and from there they are going to now be the protectors instead of the instigators, and they are going to save." How do you like that? That's a good idea. Okay, so
And
Cousin.
if anyone stands up to Cousin, we just crush them.
I think Cousin should be the one to decide what Cousin wishes to do with his life after he's had so much taken from him.
I mean, I guess that makes sense.
And you guys
So-
can see that Kozin isn't with you currently, but as you guys are kind of like
Right.
looking around towards like the stables where they house those desert lizards, you see that Kozin's over there and he's talking with Narprax currently.
Speak of the devil,
Ellie, it's a really good idea.
Cousin.
I'm just going to go to him first and Corey bunny hop.
Wow, she's fast.
Ah, Corey, how are you, my friend? I was just arranging a ride for us back to Onagas.
Oh, great. Yeah, I just came here as fast as I could to tell you don't listen to a word that Ladrian or Zar might have to say to you. I just wanted to know what your plans were once we get back.
Ah,
Cousin, she is so fast, man. She ran over here just like a quick as a bunny. It's quick as a bunny. All right, but hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Cousin?
but I was arranging a ride for us back to Onagas with our good friend Narprax here. And you guys see that Narprax is currently working to, I guess, put on like the reins on top of Goldie, getting you guys ready for a trip back to Onagas.
Goldie, my sweet little monster, how are you? Oh, sweet little terrifying menace of a baby.
Goldie is like wagging her tail, almost causing like a dust storm behind her.
Oh, come to mama here, and she just bends down to like give Goldie a hug.
Yeah, and like Goldie is a large lizard, so you're like hugging like a full body hug like around her neck.
Okay. She's like huge. Got it.
Yeah, she's like a big old horse. But
yeah,
a
she's
lizard.
still like, oh, you sweet baby.
I want you to think of those lizard kind of creatures from Star Wars that Obi-Wan rides.
Oh, nice.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So yeah, Goldie is very excited to see you, Corey.
Wow.
Goldie!
Goldie is less excited to see Eladrian.
Don't get too close, Adrian. She might bite you.
She doesn't bite me.
By might,
She
I
just-
mean she most likely will bite you if you don't back up like 2 steps.
She throws me really high in the air, that's all. But, okay, I will back up fine. Goldie, I love you. It's me.
And Narprax kind of jogs out to where Goldie is currently with you guys, and he says, "Oh, are you? Well, if it isn't the champions of Feast or Famine."
Well, Narpax, it's good to see you again.
Oh, it's quite good to see you as well, Corey. Pardon me for not being a believer, but I wasn't quite sure that you all would be the ones being victorious in Feast or Famine.
I feel like we're going to get this comment a lot. So, sure, I won't take it as a personal slight or anything. But we aim to surpass all expectations.
Well, it's always more interesting when a dark horse candidate wins the event.
Were we really a
Oh.
dark horse that nobody expected us to do good?
We're
Yes.
actually dark ducks. Let's get that straight.
Dark
What a
ducks.
star.
Like dark, like our wings
Sorry.
were dark, like dark wings.
Okay,
Like we were winged ducks.
okay.
Well, I'm sure
Anyway.
that all of Onogas will be quite excited to have you all join them and maybe have a few drinks. I'm sure there'll be a lot of excited people there just wanting to congratulate you.
How long will it take to get back? I'm not sure how we even got here in the first place.
Oh, well, I saw you all walk up the stairs not too long ago, and then you came over here.
Really? That felt like ages ago. Anyway, no matter. Yes, we'll take this the lizard and go.
Yeah,
I'm
and-
tired.
Yeah, it's not too far to Onogas. You guys will be getting there just as night falls, and it's probably as you guys look up in the sky. It's definitely late afternoon at this point, and it only
Ah,
takes about an hour or so to get to Onogas.
Let's ride.
All right, well, Goldie's all ready for you to head on out. Just hop aboard, and he passes the reins over to you, Corey, and says, "Well, you know what to do, Miss Corey."
I
Okay.
absolutely do. Get down, everybody. And she gets ready to tighten the reins and as soon as everybody's like comfortably in, she'll say, Goldie.
And with a snap of the reins, Goldie takes off towards Onogas, and we'll have our little break right here.
Woohoo!
God damn it, modify memory. Fuck.
Yeah, that one kind of
Wow.
hurt it. That one kind of hurt it.
It's a secret organization. Or at least their bosses.
It's only a secret until you know about it.
Guys,
I'm going to add the items to y'all's inventories. So be on the lookout for that. But,
I want to spill the guts so bad.
you could have if you wanted to.
He would have not survived.
Every time I try,
Yeah, there would have been a casualty. First party death.
PvP would have started.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
She kind of struck a nerve when Or yeah. When we talked about Kallanar and killing Holgrim, I was like, oh god.
Oh,
You almost
man.
let it
Yeah.
slip.
At Holgrim, I was like, fuck.
Then I remember that you killed Holgrim, and I was like,
Wait, easy. I did not. Midas did not kill Holgrim.
But
Midas
but
knocked him out on accident. Midas did not kill him.
You're my
he didn't
friend.
die.
He
He's
did not
dead.
die.
You're the
was
reason he
just
left.
He just got a really back concussed and got his head knocked against the rock. That's it.
That's all.
That sounds
And
like
then-
you killed him, Nidus.
He almost fell into the lava. That wasn't lava, but he didn't
was water.
die.
Is water lava.
He did not die. God damn it.
That's fucking funny.
He's right.
All right, so you guys have been passing
I mean-
through the White Sand Sea, and as you travel through, you guys have noticed that Kozin has been oddly silent on the trip back.
You alright, Kozin?
Well, I was just thinking about what I was going to do now that I have avenged my family. Kore, with much help to you for ending Zavathul. But I can't help but think there's more to what I need to do out there.
Like you need to
Well-
kill more people. Like, you need to avenge more,
Well,
do you know what you feel you need to do?
Well, okay, now that we're outside of the ears of the Omen, maybe, what was going on with those gutter rats at the end there?
I got a fan though.
Sure.
God,
Look,
got this.
I think we can count him as an honorary duck.
No.
Why not? We accepted
He
drag.
helped
Why
us,
can't we
but
accept
he's
him?
not on our journey. Like,
If we're going
Neither's
to give
neither's drag. We picked her up out of a bar, and look at her.
That was also a
She's
boat.
awesome.
the
if we're
difference
going to
is he's seen
actual-
it.
if we're going to give Kozin command of the desert ducks and to create the desert flock, then it's okay if we let him into the circle.
He
What?
hasn't even agreed to any of that.
Agreed to what? What are you talking about?
Exactly. I told you, don't listen to Eladrian or Zar.
Desert ducks.
It's probably for the best if you just listen to Kore.
Zar, I couldn't help but notice after you guys vanquished Zavathul, you carved something out of his body.
Yeah.
What was it?
I'll kind of look over to Corey and Midas.
Ore looks at him, like, gives him, like, the look of a stern parent. Like, don't you dare.
Midas is
okay.
like burning his soul alive with his eyes.
So I kind of look back, let out like a huge sigh, and just be like, I saw Eladrin do it one time, so I thought it'd be cool. I was just trying to impress Eladrin. Was it cool,
It
Eladrin?
was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's
mean-
all it was. I
Zar
didn't-
just wants to think he's a little badass now. So, this is his edgy phase. Kids go through that.
Yep, that's
He's a
all.
rebel without a cause.
I mean, I'm just trying to piece everything together now that Zavathul has been dealt with. He came into the desert and took over so quickly. I can't imagine he did this all on his own. It just doesn't make any sense. The desert raiders have been scattered and leaderless for many, many years. It's just all of a sudden they now had a leader that united them, and it just doesn't make any sense.
Well, if there are, there's a good chance he didn't act alone. One man cannot do all of that, right? So that means that more people out there in the desert are in danger. And they'll need somebody to look after them, right? They'll need somebody to guide them, protect them.
I don't know. I just think back to our last fight and those creatures and those people with the eyes. It's not something you easily forget.
No, but
I
we
just
keep moving forward.
I just think there's something more that I could be doing. To be honest, I don't want to stay in the desert. I feel like it's just nothing but bad memories for me here. My family is gone. I feel like I need to do some good in the world.
Why don't you just leave the desert then? Why don't you just live for yourself? Don't worry about what you need to do. You've been so caught up on this whole revenge thing. Now you finally got revenge. Now you still trying to do something that you don't really need to be doing. Just worry about yourself. Go. Be free.
Or find other people who need help.
I have an idea for you. Are you looking for advice? Is this like are you looking for solutions here, or are you just trying to get some feelings out?
Little column A, little column B.
Okay, so this is what I'm going to say. You have spent your entire life, or at least a good portion of it, hunting down Zabatul, yes?
Well, I mean, not really. It was quite recently that he killed my
So
family.
much time. Right? I know, it's been so long. It's an exorbitant amount of time, and you have studied every facet of his organization inside and outside. And so now that you know so much about the big place of his network of spies and all of his people across the whole world, because you already know this. And now you have taken him out. You have cut the head off the snake. What if you are to replace the head of the snake with yourself and turn the raiders around and be someone that is like the Robin Hood, right? Like you are robbing from the rich and giving to the poor, and you are tearing down the patriarchy, and you are sticking it to the man, and you are saving the whales, and you are doing all of the things, like flower power, man.
See, the only issue with that is I do not feel like I have actually cut the head off the snake. I feel as though I just cut off a tail. Nothing.
Then you must destroy the snake from the inside. And you must
Eladrian,
take
You know what? ma-
Eladrian, that's a big task for one man, don't you think?
Was it what for one man? It only takes one man to change the world.
Maybe I'll take this time to. Maybe I'll look into those strange people with the red eyes. Maybe I'll look into them.
Or that. I guess you could do that too.
And I think
Maybe he shouldn't. Elaborate.
Yes, I'd recommend staying far away from them. They're nothing but trouble.
You know
Well-
where a good place would be to go?
Where's that, sir?
Laxshire.
Oh,
And one of our friends, he's there right now. He went back to train with his teacher, who saved us. Maybe you can meet up with him. Maybe they can tell you stuff that we can't. Maybe you'll be able to get back.
maybe that.
Well, Laxshire is quite far away. Maybe I can make a journey out of it.
It's definitely not the desert.
I've never even traveled that far out west before.
You can take the desert flock with you, and you can have support all along the way.
I am
you
not
don't-
planning on being a head of a desert raider organization. I think this is something I must do on my own.
What? I mean, it won't be a raider organization once you take it over, right? It'll be, the institution of people that want to do good for other people and learn how to do other stuff good too. Organization.
Does that sound like something that desert raiders would be interested in doing? Having a complete
the
change of
Not at
heart?
all.
You might, with you at the helm, at the leader as the president of the organization.
Yes, the one who killed their other leader? I don't think
Yeah.
so, Ladrian.
They will follow you into the night.
Without Zavathul being there, the raiders will go back to their small bands, and while they will still cause some issues, and I don't think that's something that will ever go away, they will not be able to cause the substantial damage that they did under the rule of Zavathul.
Well, maybe. Well, I don't want you to go alone.
Well, that is quite alright, my friend. I have spent much time on my own.
Honestly, did you see him fight the Ladrian? He could handle himself.
I didn't say. I mean, it's just nice to not be alone all the time.
But maybe I'll take your advice, Zar. Maybe this Lakshir is someplace I can go, and well, I've never been to the capital of Rento either. Maybe I should stop off there.
Yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be a bad place at all.
If you do go, stop by my hotel and just say my name.
I just walk in and I say, Zar.
Yeah, just be like, hey.
He'll appear in a mist of smoke.
Yeah, if you walk into the Crimson Echo Hotel, you'll see a tall man, very handsome. His name is Zachary. Just tell him Zar sent you. He'll set you up, okay?
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't have too much money on me, but maybe I can do some odd jobs along the way and make some money that way to pay for this hotel, you say? Is that what it's called?
Yeah, a hotel. It's really nice, very luxurious. You could probably get like a massage or something, you know?
A massage. What is this?
Oh.
Oh, you'll just have to find out. I can't wait. You have to tell me all about it.
Oh, well, if you recommend it, my friend, then I shall try this massage.
Ask for Luther.
Luther.
I'll ask for
Yeah, man.
Luther for the massage. Okay.
You want to get this shiatsu?
But this is enough about myself. What about the rest of you? What are you all planning on doing now that you are the champions of the Feast and Famine?
Oh, go on, kill more stuff, cook more, make more money.
I think what she's trying to say is that we are about ready to form the band and put out our first album
That's not at all what she was saying.
for the listening pleasures of Stellaris.
Well, I definitely think being victorious at Feast or Famine is quite the debut.
It's a perfect stepping stone, no?
That is what I think, at least.
Yes. See, you and I are both very marketing minded. Yes, very good.
Don't quit
See?
your day job, right, Eladrian?
This is my day job.
No, yes. Don't quit it to go off and perform.
Oh my god.
To make an album, please.
Why is it
We
gonna be
did
a
such
set?
a great job inside the tavern, though.
Oh, yes, but I think your music is best spent with the group here. I mean, you know, I just.
In private, not shared with the world. I think it needs to be shared with the general public.
One town at a time, Eladrian. One town at a time.
I heard there's this wondrous city across the seas called SoundCloud. I think you do really good there.
I've heard of this. I've heard of this place. Sound Cloud. Yes, in my adventures. That is what our first album of the Ducks will be called.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Water
Quite the name.
Water off the ducks back from the sound clouds. Right? Sound cloud will be raining the water that will go off of the ducks back. It tells a story right in the title. Right? It is a huge journey for us to go all the way to the sound cloud, and for it to rain down upon our backs is the blessing of the gods, and all of our hard work and all of us, persevering and going forward, and studying the loot ever since we were sailing away from home, and when Dina would give it to us, and we will be studying. And yes, you guys too.
Does anyone have a silent spell?
And
No, I've been trying to learn one since I met her.
and that's what the title says. It tells all of that right in the title, the whole story.
Aladrin, I do not know much about music as you do, but I feel as though we must punch up the title a little bit and make it a little bit smaller. Maybe 1 or 2 words.
1 or 2 words? How are you supposed to tell a story in 1 or 2 words? Okay.
Maybe you should put a pen in it.
This is what it's going to be called. Ready? It's going to be called The Mighty Ducks. Quack! That's the name of the album. Power Quack! That's it, baby.
We shall continue to workshop this working title.
Someone take out the everlasting drink bottle and let's toast to the Power Quack album. Nobody?
Nobody moves.
So the day, the trip continues, and the sun begins to set. The hot temperatures of the White Sand Sea begin to die down a little bit as the sun begins to set, and the familiar settlement of Onagas, surrounded by its large, pale, red stone walls, comes into view as you head back from the site of Feast or Famine. The familiar desert serpent stables are on the outside of the walls, and Goldie immediately heads towards that direction. And after you guys drop off Goldie with Narprax's brother, you enter into Onagas. The city is abuzz with the conclusion of Feast or Famine, and you can hear people talking about the competition, the battles fought, the puzzles that were solved, and the revelation of the gutter rats being some other group entirely. As you walk through the city, you do see a lot of people pointing towards the direction of your group. The citizens begin to put 2 and 2 together, and some begin approaching you all. Oh, it's them! It's really them! The Mighty Ducks, champions of Feast or Famine! When that cheer for the Mighty Ducks is heard, more of a crowd begins to gather. Drag, you're quite the focal point, standing up so tall in the crowd, as people begin bombarding you all with questions about the competition. What was it like? Were you scared? How did you figure out the Minotaur room? Who were the gutter rats, really? Even for you guys who appreciate crowds and attention, this is beginning to be a bit much for you all. There are like people grabbing you. They're like reaching out, grabbing you. You guys are like celebrities now. You guys are getting like tugged on, pulled.
At least now. First of all, no.
Tugged on. Midas is Thursday night.
I wanted to be well known, but not for tournament. I was. Stop it!
You're nasty.
Jesus
Hey,
Christ.
it took like 26 five sessions to get a sex joke in. That's great. All right. Anyway, continue.
I don't know if I want to. All right, guys, that's it for the session. I'm out.
We all push Eladrian into the crowd, and
And Eladrin gets fed to the wolves of these crowds, and like Eladrin, like people are like tugging at your tank top. You kind of feel someone pull on your long ponytail. You're just getting like absolutely manhandled in here.
Hey,
Ledging, surf it,
stop it!
surf it.
Hey! All right, all right.
Feel the motion
Hey.
of the ocean, Eladrin.
Who's touching me? Stop it!
You hear someone yell, "Wasn't he the one that got knocked out twice?"
Hey, stop that!
Yeah, we should call him the Sleeping Bard.
Did you just call me the sleeping duck? At least I would be a duck.
Other people are like gathering around the rest of you as Eladrin's kind of getting dragged off the side. And Midas, you hear a couple of people say, "That's him. That's the one that fell on his face all those times."
It wasn't me. It was somebody that looked like me.
You hear another person say, No, that wasn't the best. The best part was when he kept falling through that portal."
No, that wasn't. Surely the best part was when I got that good hit off, right?
You
Right.
hear someone from the back, "No."
Oh.
Turns out it was Eladrin.
You hear someone from the crowd, "Does all that metal weigh you down? You couldn't pull yourself up?"
What do you say? What? Where are you?
You see a bunch
Did I
of
get my
children.
hand on you?
A bunch of children are like hanging off of your metal arm, Midas.
Get off! This is quality craftsmanship. I don't want your grubby pants on me.
There's like a kid that's like actively slobbering on like your thumb.
It's like Zor, but 10 times worse.
Zara will put his hand over his mouth and be like, "Why is he so?"
Why this is like shaking his arm up and down, like yank the kid off.
Zara, you can feel people like pawing at your little satchel that you have on your side. Like some people are like grabbing the books. That's the book. That's that book that has all the magic in it.
Whoa, hey, hands off the book, man. Guys, I don't like this very much. It's a lot of people.
And a few people rush over to you, Corey, and it's a lot of like young women running up to you. It's like, "That's her. That's the one that killed Salvathul."
Oh, hello. Yes, that is me.
They're grabbing your hands and like pulling you towards them.
Oh, God. Okay, all right. Okay. No touching. No, I'm not concerned with touching. No, thank you. I do not like this.
They're touching your
Hi.
hair. They're touching your hair and like lifting it
No,
up. It's like,
not
how did you
that
lift that up? How'd you make it lift up like that?
Her hair like starts catching fire.
You hear the crowd like step back, "Whoa!" and then they go, "Yeah!"
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Danger.
we need to get out of here.
Hey, Corey, I got. Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Drag, you feel people like tugging on the various weaponry that you have, like they're pulling at like the giant trident that you have attached to your back, stuff like that, and they're just pulling at your fine dress. It's a little bit in tatters after the feast and famine, but you still like it.
Yep. She feels people starting to touch things, so she starts pulling them out one by one and showing everybody and like doing poses with them and pictures, and she's like bench pressing the children, and
You see some like large human male with like a big gut kind of runs over, just pulls down his shirt, and he goes, I want you to impale me with it.
Oh my!
Wow.
Please,
my.
Drag. Please,
Touches
please,
on
you're my
his belly.
queen. As you touch his belly, he's like, "Oh yes, yes."
Oh, wow.
And she she yells over at Corey. Corey, did you give him some of those weird cakes?
No, I did not.
Those weird cakes.
What do you mean? What do you mean weird cakes?
Did we have weird cakes? I swear we had drugs.
Oh,
Zara, what did you say you were gonna do?
Yes, I was gonna go over to Corey and be like, Corey, do you want to get out of here?
please.
Okay, so remember, you're the only one that can see. And Zara will snap his fingers and it'll just go dark as I cast darkness around us.
Oh boy. I feel like
Oh
you
god.
don't know what you just signed up for.
Nope. But it sounds fun.
Oh no.
So
Oh,
as
God.
Not their intention
as
I wanted.
darkness enfolds and envelops the crowd, what is it, like a 20-foot sphere? Something like that?
15 foot, yeah.
A 15-foot
God.
sphere of just pure blackness. People start screaming and yelling and panicking.
Oh my
And a
God.
massive crowd of just absolute panicked people start running in all directions, shoving and pushing. And I'm going to need everyone to make a strength saving throw.
Great
Oh,
job,
great.
Zar. Great job.
I don't even know how to say that.
Whoa!
Strength
Wow.
saving throw. 8.
Oh my God.
Oh my fucking
All right.
god.
Drag, who would you say is closest to you in this situation?
Like
I guess
physically,
it's
or
Galadriel.
Eladrian? Okay. So just as the darkness is about to envelop everyone, Drag, you seeing Eladrian being almost crowd surfed away, you reach out and are able to grab a hold of him, and you do help him pass the strength saving throw, as now the darkness just envelops the rest of you, and the bodies of all these people just start flying in all sorts of directions. Now, no one can see this except for Corey. But Corey, just a massive swath of people. They don't know where they're running to, so they're just taking off full speed in whatever direction. So you see tons of people just just smashing into each other, hitting their heads off of each other. Like you can see like little spurts of blood and nosebleeds and stuff like that happening. And Corey, Zar, and Midas, you all get knocked prone, and I want you each to roll 1d6 for me.
Hey, sure.
Dun, dun, dun.
All right. So Zar, you take 3 bludgeoning damage. Corey, you take 5 bludgeoning damage, and Midas, you take 4 bludgeoning damage. As the crowds of
I'm
people,
knocked out. Oh
The
wait, no,
crowd-
I'm not. I'm not. Never mind. I'm not.
The-
I'm not.
the crowds of
Oh
people
my
begin trampling over all of you guys. You get boots in the face. Zar, someone steps on your balls. Midas, you get your good hand gets stepped on. Corey,
Good hair.
Corey, someone steps on your bunny ear.
Oh my bunny ear.
And
Dirty.
do me a favor, Zar, roll a concentration check.
Alright. 6.
All right, so your darkness goes away,
Drops, yeah.
and the crowds are unsettled. There's tons of people on the ground. There's blood and some knocked out teeth on the ground. People don't know what the hell just happened, as they see once again Drag is the focal point, as she's so tall. People look up to her first, and she's holding on to Eladrian's arm. And Midas, Corey, and Zar, you are all currently on the floor, a little bit battered and bruised from that whole altercation. So you hear people in the crowd say, "What the hell happened? It was like It was like that spell that guy used at the end.
Oh man.
Oh no. Let's just
That might
take
not
this opportunity to leave.
that might not have been a good idea. I'm sorry.
I fucking hate you, Star. Corey just grabs him by the ear and pulls him up with her.
Ow.
She's like, we are going to an inn, the nearest fucking one, and oh, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to put you in a stew.
So as you guys get up from the ground and Corey, you're dragging Zara around and pushing their way through the crowd, you guys see a large Goliath man. Out of the way, make room. The Goliath appears familiar, but isn't wearing what he was wearing while participating in Feast or Famine. The Goliath man is followed by the leader of his group, Macy Sumcox. He struts right up to you, Drag, who's standing in the middle of this confusion and looking up at you with a stern look on her face. She says, "Congratulations to the Mighty Ducks, I guess?" And Macy extends a limp hand out to you, Drag.
Drag is so shocked right now from all the things that happened that she takes the hand that's holding Eladrian and moves it towards Macy to shake her hand, and I just end up running Eladrian into her.
All right, so I want you to make
Yes.
just an unarmed attack, even though you're armed with Eladrian.
Okay.
She's Eladrian armed. Oh my god.
All right, so Eladrian, you're like lifted off of your feet and swung, but like you stopped short, so you're not like following through with the Eladrian bat. You're just
Right.
swinging them and like stopping short, and just the momentum swings you into Macy Sumcox here. And Drag, roll a 1d4 for me.
Okay. Ah, 4.
All right. So with quite the loud and quick thud, Eladrian, you knock right into Macy Sumcox, staggering her a little bit. But you also take 4 points of bludgeoning damage as well, Eladrian.
Oh god.
And
Okay.
then, and in your shock, Drag, you release your hand and drop Eladrian to the ground.
Oh, sorry.
And Macy Sumcox just kind of looks back at you and just rolls her eyes real hard. And she says, "Listen, if you want to get away from the masses, you should just go to the Pleasure District and talk with Mona at the Beauty's Lullaby."
Mona.
Does she smile?
Is her last name Lot?
She does smile at you with a small, very, very sarcastic smirk. And then she lets go of your hand and snaps her fingers, turns around, and sachets away with her Goliath man once again, pushing people out of the way so she can get by.
Well, you heard the lady. Let's go.
Yes, let's go find Miss Mona Lot.
So as you guys continue out of this confused crowd of people, the rest of the city is brimming with excitement and chatter about the conclusion of the competition, and each of you are instantly recognized as the victors of the Feast or Famine. Now, the crowds aren't quite as dense as they were. It's a lot more tame and settled, especially as you get out to the Pleasure District. There's a lot more of a higher society kind of clientele that goes to the Pleasure District. So they have a little bit more manners and decorum than the rest of the people in the rest of Onagas. But you guys are currently inside the Pleasure District. So what do you want to do?
Go
Can
see
I
Mona.
All right.
Zara, do you want to get up on my shoulders again?
Yeah, Corey, can you let go of my ear?
Fine. And she like yanks him like in one last like hard tug before letting it go.
And like as soon as like she lets it go, like a rabid animal, climb up on Drag's shoulders and be like, huddle.
Like a raccoon.
Please protect me. She's scary.
I'll keep him out of trouble, Cora.
Look, if we're being honest, I did part the crowd. You know, it worked.
No, you smashed them
At
into each
what
other like a
cost?
train wreck. I saw everything.
Well, it
It
didn't
was
go.
horrible.
It didn't go exactly how I planned it, but
It didn't go at all. It did not work. It straight up did not work.
well, I had to try something. Okay.
Out of all things to try those, Ruby.
Well, I mean, why not?
Why not?
Yeah.
You literally still have a footprint on the side of your neck. What do you mean, why not?
Well, I don't know. Seemed fun in the moment.
Did it? Were you giggling? Were you laughing? Were you filled with delight?
I mean, no, there's a lot of people.
Oh, but it was fun?
No.
Oh, okay then.
No.
He just thought it would be fun, Midas.
Yeah, you thought wrong.
He just kind of
Oh.
sunder on top of Drag like a dog that did something bad.
So as the Tsar scrambles up top of Drag, once again, there's lots of people that are paying attention to your group as you pass by, and you hear a young boy from the crowd yell out to you guys, "Do something cool, champions! Do something cool!"
Do something cool. Do a kickflip.
What are you waiting for? Something cool, I guess.
Are you gonna
Well,
do something cool?
All right, guys, ready? Flying V. Get in there, quick! Show him the V. See, there, we've lined up like a V, like real ducks.
But
Midas, like, crosses
nobody
arms.
changed positions.
Shh, don't ruin the surprise.
Sorry, Mice, go ahead.
And then Midas just crosses arms.
You hear
Imagine-
some? Yeah, sorry, go ahead, Tsar.
Can I try something cool, guys? I'll look
No.
towards-
No, I'm done with that. I'm done with anything cool that you could possibly try to show us.
Of course you can.
Drag?
You shouldn't listen to Eladrian.
Do it.
We'll do something cool next
We'll
time.
make Czars do if you do.
Looks like I'm
How about
outvoted
that?
and scared.
Do it.
Oh man, I thought champions of the Feast or Famine would be cool, but I guess not.
We are cool. We are very cool. You cannot tell us we are not cool because we are the coolest. There is no one that is cooler than us because we are the most cool in all of the Stellarist.
We
Watch.
do not need a bunch of nobodies to tell us we're
What
cooler
Czar is about to
anyways.
do. You ready? Watch this. Watch. Czar, show him. Ready? You watch Czar. He is very cool. Ready? Czar, do the thing. Do the
Czar-
thing, Czar.
Just kind of, again, sad dog. Drag.
Do it. Czar, do the thing, Czar.
I don't want to get in trouble.
Czar, do the thing. You're making us all look bad, man.
Don't do the thing.
Do it quick before she gets even madder.
I mean,
Czar, do the thing.
oh man,
Sorry. Do you want to hold on? Do you want to be next?
oh man. Don't kill me like you killed him.
I didn't kill.
You hear like a mom hurries and quickly grabs that little boy and says, "Leave them alone. They must be exhausted from Feast or Famine. It's okay. Don't worry about my son."
We weren't worried about him. No problem. Thank you for taking him.
Don't worry.
We're not worried about him at all.
So you have a couple of like fancy aristocrat type people come up to you and talk a little bit about the feast or famine with you and what they saw and all your magical abilities and combat prowess, and you're getting a lot of praise from a few people, and you have some people admiring your armor that doesn't seem to get messy, Midas, as you fell quite a lot in that dirty sewer water,
right.
and it remains sparkling clean. No, not a stain in sight.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me. It was somebody else who looked like me. If it was me, this armor would be dirty, a mess even. But it wasn't me. I'm.
So you're
too
admitting to being a
quick, my
messy?
feet.
You're saying that you're allowing to have stains on your clothing?
No, I would never let that happen. That's why it wasn't me.
You just said.
No, I
Midas.
didn't.
Midas.
Some would believe if your current outfit does not have a stain, that is quite the representation of your talent.
Yeah, here, watch this. And I pick up is there food around us?
Yeah, this is, the aristocrat is holding wine in his hand currently.
Elaborate.
I take his wine out of his hand and
Oh my
throw
goodness.
it on Midas's outfit. Like, see what I'm saying? Look at this.
But-
it is always clean.
But it just looks down as like right, like just falls 100% off. Like
Like it's like those hydrophobic clothes, just like slides right
Yeah.
off of it.
This is why we say like water off a duck's back.
Oh my word, that is quite impressive.
Thank you. And he kind of like glares at Ladrian.
You see the aristocrats just go back and talk with each other.
Oh, where is this place? Oh,
So you guys do eventually get to the...
Mona's place.
Yes, the Beauty's Lullaby, and it's a quite the nice tavern, and comparatively to the rest of Onagas, the Pleasure District, of course, is where they invest a lot of their money. And these taverns, as you walk in, everything's a little bit higher end. There's various private booths with couches adorned with comfortable feather cushions for the patrons to sit on. There's loud conversations, and the smell of fine wine is in the air as a few groups of people, catch your eye as you catch theirs as you all enter into the building. Standing in front, just on the interior, are two large Goliath men that are currently bouncing. And as they reach out to put a hand in front of you all to stop you from entering, well, they see that you are the Mighty Ducks, the victors of Feast or Famine, and of course they beckon you to come on in.
So where's the VIP section?
A couple of waiters come through and oh, the champions of Feast or Famine are here. What can we do for you?
Mona. It's supposed to be Mona now.
Oh yes, of course. Master Mona is behind the bar currently, and behind the bar you can see a elven woman, very, very, very young for an elf, and she is currently serving some mixed cocktails to the patrons, using a little bit of flourishes of magic here and there to accentuate the drink-making process. But as you guys kind of step up, she looks at you all and kind of stops at what she's doing, and she says, well, if it isn't the Mighty Ducks, the grand champions of Feast and Famine.
That is us. We are them. They are us. We
Indeed.
are they.
We thank you for gracing a small tavern here with your presence. Can I offer you a drink?
Certainly. What do you have?
Can you offer me a health potion? I got run over by a stampede outside.
Oh my, it looks like you are all a little bit banged up. I'm sure the Feast or Famine was quite the daring challenge, to say the least.
The
That's-
people in this city were the real challenge.
Oh, I guess they were just excited to see their grand champions. They, had nothing to look forward to, so something like this came around. So, you brought quite the excitement with you when you won the whole competition.
Well, thank you. It was quite the feat.
And you see her just kind of turn around, grab a couple of glasses, using magic to make them levitate as she kind of swirls them around in front of her. You can see her magically, telekinetically lift up some garnishes for fruits, and she starts mixing a couple of cocktails together, and she pours out what appears to be like a light pink beverage in like a quite the odd glass for most of you to see. It is essentially a martini glass, but you don't really see those in too many places. So she pours out these 5 pink martini glasses for you all, and she says, "Here, on the house for our champions."
Ah. All right. I like it. All right, we will have this now. On 3, yes, Docs? 1, 2, drink.
All right, and as you all drink it down, it's a very sweet cocktail. You do taste the hints of alcohol in it, but there's also a lot of fruity, citrusy flavor to it. Very, very quite refreshing and delicious in the desert.
That was
Oh.
very refreshing,
It's delicious.
right? It's very fruity.
I've definitely had worse, so good job.
Just see one good thing about anything.
Yes.
I await that day.
I've said good things. Just not today. Or yesterday.
Not today.
Or the day before.
Or the day
yesterday.
before.
Or any of the days before I met you. Or after
So,
I
like-
met you, honestly.
So
I'm
like
sure
no
that day will
days that-
come. And why are we worried about me? Let's worry about someone else. Elijah, drink up.
What?
Drink up.
Oh, drinking again. Wait, who did you not drink the first one?
I did.
I don't believe you.
Well, you don't
Midas.
have to believe me.
Midas, after
Midas.
you had that drink, and you know what, you admit, you may not say it publicly, but you admit it was a pretty good drink. Tasted quite good. Made you feel a little bit happy.
A little bit.
Only a tiny bit.
And when you get that feeling of happiness, that little tinge of happiness, you kind of feel a sudden urge to almost want to feel that feeling you had when you used that charm that's still currently on your arm.
Wow.
But but that feeling fades away quite quickly, and you kind of resume not fully complimenting people for their fine work.
When you say it like that.
But Mona kind of speaks up a little bit, and she says, "Are you all looking for somewhere out of the spotlight?"
Please. I never thought I would say it, but please.
And Midas, how are you feeling?
Midas is gonna like pat his chest, almost like he got a new tat. He's gonna pat his chest and slowly nod, like, yeah, out of the spotlight is fine.
Well, of course, sometimes we play host to a few celebrities in the city, so we do have a private room for you to stay the night if you so wish. And of course, for our fine clientels here, our true VIPs, everything is on the house.
Everything you say.
Does
Somebody call
anybody
him.
else feel weird?
You want to roll insight check? Or are you feeling weird in other ways?
I will. Yeah. Yes.
All right.
You do not feel any sense of like she's lying to you or anything like that.
Fine.
Okay.
And you kind of also feel like this lady is a pretty savvy businesswoman to be able to run a establishment like this in the Pleasure District. So she obviously wants to make sure her clientele, especially VIPs, are well taken care of.
Midas is taking like mental notes of like business tips and tricks. Like, this is working pretty well for her.
You're like doing the cost analysis of like, if I let 5 VIPs stay the night and give them unlimited drinks, what's that gonna do for my advertising revenue?
Exactly.
Any press is good press.
Well,
So
I will happily sit there and drink.
so she has one of the waiters bring you up to the private rooms in the back, and there's a bedroom for each one of you. So there's a private room for each and every one of you if you need to take a break and have a little nappers.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys haven't really rested since.
No,
Mr.
we
Famine had you.
haven't.
Not at
No.
all. Me looking at my spell slots board.
My
Hey.
health is just, I'm hanging by a thread. If it weren't for those 10th HP, oh my god, I'd be knocked out cold.
Unintentional friendly fire.
God.
Drag just walks into the room and collapses on the bed. Almost breaks it.
So yeah, you guys are each get your own room to stay in, and you kind of get yourself prepared however you see fit. So Drag, you kind of just walked in and just collapsed right on the ground.
Yep.
Czar, how do you kind of settle in from this very, very long day?
So yeah, after kind of all the craziness, kind of closes the door and just like kind of collapse onto the ground, not realizing how battered and bruised, and how much of like an exhaust trial that they just went through with this family. And yeah, he would just kind of crawl into bed and kind of start thinking.
Do you summon anything at all?
Yeah, I'll snap anything onto my horn.
All
And I'll
right.
open the book too.
So when you snap anything into this plane, you notice that he's got some little bit of like more reddish, bright tinge in his tips of his feathers throughout his back. He's actually going to gain 1 familiar point.
What?
And
Ooh.
anything kind of just sits there with you. He gives off a little bit of like a sense of like heat or warmth, just a very gentle warmth, and he feels like very comfortable, and you feel comfortable with anything just kind of perched up on you.
I'll just give him some little scritches on his head. You did good, buddy.
Anything loves skitches.
Hey, Book, how do you think we did?
Well, I think we accomplished a lot today.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot.
Can I say that the whole darkness thing a few moments ago might not have been one of your best decisions?
How would you even know you couldn't see?
I know what spells you cast. They come out of me.
No, that was mine. That's an internal thing. Book, stop spying on me.
I'm always watching you, Czar. Always watching.
They might be right about you. I think you're a little creepy, Book.
But it's you that's giving me this personality in your mind.
This is true, and one day, I will make it real. Trust me, I've been looking at spell formulas and putting the X's and the Y's together to form the B's and A's, and we're gonna do it.
Well, if anybody can do it, it's you, buddy. But, did you guys get that, what you came out to look for?
Oh, yeah. Midas has it. And I think he turned into, like, a ghost or something. I don't know. I think he's already dead because but I don't really know. Yeah, we got it. We won it.
Wow, that's amazing. And, did you end up running into those creepy guys from before?
Yeah, they kind of ambushed us. Remember? Oh, you felt it. That anger that built up in me when I cast that fireball. And then you came in like bada boom with the counter spell. Like, oh my, look, you're fantastic.
Oh yeah, I was on top of my game right there.
You were. We were in sync right there. It was crazy.
Yeah. Well, I know we did quite a good job, and you guys came out what you're looking for. But well, what's next for you? What's on the menu? What's on the docket?
Not really sure. Honestly, Buck, we've been through so much, and I'm kind of feeling rebellious. I don't know if that's a good thing or not.
Just a man in his book. In his book, need to break some
Against the world.
rules.
I kind of want to break some rules, Buck. You want to do something crazy right now?
Oh man, what are we gonna do?
Burn the orphanage.
Oh my god.
Okay. I kind of want to do this in private. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, we'll
What
go
the
over to
fuck?
If that's okay. If that's okay
Wait.
with y'all.
Okay, buddy. Okay, buddy.
Damn.
I mean,
Alright.
I guess I have to
Yeah.
respect your wishes. Whatever.
Gotta be quick, I promise. Oh man, dude, I want to do something really crazy. I've been thinking about it like for a long time.
What is it?
Okay, so I've been thinking about this since we met Kasna and Kallanar in Kraknor Mountain. And then kind of meeting up with them again. I want to take out my paper bird. And I want to write Kasna a letter.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right. What do you want it to say?
Okay, so I've been writing this down. Okay.
You wrote it down. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay. So I'll kind of take it out and be like, okay, Book, you ready? All right. And I'll start. You may remember me. I was the tiefling that you met in the mines of Kraknor with my friends. You know, we're the ones that wiped out Kallinar's little search party and retrieved that artifact before you. Oh yeah, we know about the artifacts if you haven't gathered that already. In fact, we have 3 now. We ripped the armor off of Kallinar's dead body and took back the bracelet off Alden. Hope they didn't mean that much to you. We might have accidentally killed one of your other lackeys, Zabathul. Next up is the crown. Better keep it safe. Love and wishes from Zara and the Mighty Ducks.
Damn. Okay, so you sign off the bird and you kind of throw it outside. There's the window attached to your room, and the paper bird flies up, and unlike with your sister Neza, this paper bird flies off to its target.
Perfect.
All right, awesome. Let's go back.
Good deal. Thank you.
Oh god. they're
All
bad.
right.
Oh man, feeling kind of tired. God, it's time to go to bed, Book. What a good day.
Whatever. You did not.
Woo! That was fun.
I hope you enjoyed that book.
Love you, Book. And I'll give the book a kiss, and then I'll kind of close him for the night and tuck in.
You like draw. Whoops. There's guard dogs at this hotel.
They protect
do
a
you do with
very
the
they
book?
protect a VIP clientele.
They're good for that.
Sorry,
Good
Mike,
for
you're
that.
saying?
Oh, I wonder what he did with that book. Oh my god.
Probably went and drew some naughty pictures in a page.
We're cutting to black, guys. Cutting to black.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Oh,
Fine
no.
then. Keep your secrets.
Someone get the
What, guys? What are you talking about?
huh? Nothing? What? Nothing?
All right, Czar's passed out. He locked himself in his room.
Yep.
Even
And,
better.
Midas, what are you doing to settle in for the night?
So once Midas goes into his room, he's gonna like close and lock the door behind him. Kind of just like slide down the door with like a deep sigh. Like Midas loves their attention normally, like that's what he wants in life. But that was too much for him, so he's kind of just like trying to like calm himself down because that was, especially with the whole hand thing. Yeah, no.
Didn't like people grabbing at your hands?
Not at all. But besides that, after he finally does calm down, he's gonna get a good rest and climb into bed and whatnot.
Yeah, and as you lie in bed, your magic armor immediately being able to kind of be just instantly donned off and folded. I want to imagine it folds itself. Like it just hangs itself on a hanger perfectly so it doesn't wrinkle.
Just floats right off.
And the artifact that's on your arm does not want to seem to be coming off.
Uh-oh.
It's like biting me, kind of, right?
It's not biting you currently. It's like a constrictor snake on your arm. So it's just like gripping you very tightly.
Okay. Midas is gonna try to pry it off and see if it works.
All right, what are you using to pry it off with?
Oh god. I actually might have something for this. Let's find out. A crowbar. No, he's gonna use like one of his tools. Just to see if maybe it's like his jeweler's tools.
Okay. And
See if we can take it off without like messing anything like the actual equipment up. But yeah.
how hard are you trying to pry it off?
He's not trying to break it.
Pretty hard.
But he's giving a little bit of strength. He's not the strongest though. So a little bit of force.
All right, roll a jeweler's tools check.
Okay, what do you want me to roll for that? Just
I want to
what?
say like in your intelligence plus proficiency if you have the proficiency with the tool.
I do have the proficiency.
Alright, so your intelligence modifier plus proficiency bonus.
So like a -1.
More like a +6. So 9.
Alright, so you try your best to pry open the tool and you are forcing the tool in. You can barely get it like underneath where your skin would basically be in contact with this snake. It's almost like it's adhered in a way because you can't get anything underneath it, like in between that little gap there. And you start to see your jeweler's tool begin to bend slightly as you start pushing in harder. It's like on the verge of being unable to be recovered if you keep pushing farther.
Okay, I'm not gonna press anymore. Midas is gonna like wave his hand and let his jeweler tool like disappear back into wherever they magically appear from. Well,
Swiss
Guess I'm
Army
gonna-
jeweler.
guess I'm gonna. Oh, literally. Guess I'm gonna sleep with a Soren. Midas
So
is gonna just like set us on a pillow. Like put his hand on the pillow.
got your nice good old metal arm, and now you got something attached to this arm. Your one good arm left.
Oh god.
And you settle in for the night. And Eladrian, how are you settling in after this long day?
I'm going to I'm just going to crawl in, right? I'm going to walk into the room. I'm going to set my loot down on this over here, and I'm going to set it aside and lean it up against the wall. And then I'm going to just crawl into the bed, and I'm going to cast a mage hand over onto my loot and have it just play me a melody to let me go to sleep too, and be like, and it would be good like this. It would be much better because it is a mage hand, because it's magical. It knows what it's doing, and so it will be playing for me a sleepy tone for me to sleep to, and I will just drift off into the night.
Coincidentally, taking a little bit of homage from your current place that you're in, the Beauty's Lullaby. You play yourself a little lullaby to go to sleep to as you settle in for the night. And Corey, what are you doing to settle in?
So, so I wait until everybody else has gone into their rooms, and once they have, I do a irresponsible mom thing, and I get the biggest tankard of their strongest liquor, and then I go back into my room and I drink. I just start chugging that shit because I have had the longest fucking day, and I just want to drink my worries away for once and be a little bit more reckless.
Awesome. So as you enjoy a nice strong beverage, and are you just gonna drink until you drop, basically?
Yeah, but she'll also summon Hugin to talk with him and just kind of like vent to him, and just like, and then Sai did this thing, and Adrian almost died, and then all this shit happened, and she's just like wailing. She's like, so much. So
yeah,
as
you're just wailing to Hugin, it's maybe it's because you've been drinking a lot, but maybe it seems like Hugin is really understanding you. Like, he's being a real rock in this vulnerable moment of yours. And once again, you're not sure if it's the drinks that are causing you to see this, but Hugin starts kind of just side hopping his way over towards you and extends one wing out and gently pats you on the back with this extended wing.
Is this another vision? Like from the fog? Do you truly understand me?
You see Hugin just nod up and down with its head.
Oh. And yeah, she's just like crying into his wing and just drinking.
Hugin gains one familiar point.
Amazing.
And as you pass out for a long day you've all had, you start to hear something, something that's deep in your subconscious you've heard before, and your patron starts talking with you. Now don't freak out. My dear Corey, it seems as though you have achieved many things while in Onagast, getting ever closer to your goal. But remember, I have goals of my own, and you would not be where you are today without the strength that I have given to you. I will soon ask for your cooperation in a delicate matter, and it would be in your best interest to do as I ask. Now, to celebrate your accomplishments on this day, allow me to give you another taste of my power. Corey, you awake from your sleep, and you feel a source of heat around your neck. The locket with a picture of Des is giving off a stinging heat, but the heat slowly begins to subside. The picture of Des on inside remains intact, but you can now feel some kind of magical energy coming off of it. And that's where we'll end today's session.
Oh shit.
Huh?
Coming in with the heat.
Literally. That was cool.
So Corey, that's now your amulet that you, or your locket that you have, is essentially it's going to be a +1. Essentially, it's going to be like a Rod of the Pact Keeper, but it's going to be flavored to be your locket.
Yeah!
Ooh.
Holy shit!
Wow.
That's fucking cool.